You know, we're in this, again, this strange bind, aren't we, where central bankers just feel compelled to act rather than to talk. Are we sort of getting into an era of dangerous times for central bank credibility if you look at the Japanese figures and what the markets are pricing in today?
Nina, it's very good to be back. I will say to you that the central banks get themselves deeper and deeper into it. They don't know what they're doing, and it's becoming very clear to most of us. Yes, they're going to keep trying to do everything they can to make markets go higher, but the more they do, the worse the situation gets in. And Nina, we're all going to pay a horrible price for the incompetence of these central bankers.
Now, let's quantify that incompetence, as you call it. I've written a piece myself for... No, I'm here. Let's quantify that incompetence, if we can. I've written a piece myself for CNN Money's international site today, which I'd urge our viewers to read, about how the risk here is that perhaps they're being compelled to look at equity markets too much rather than the economy, and then those equity markets don't really know where to look for a full reading of the economy.
Nina, the functions of central banks when they were set up were because it's a stable currency and to lend in matters when people were desperate, when you had to be the lender of last resort. The idea that they were supposed to make stock markets go higher and keep financial markets safe and stockbrokers solvent so that they could keep their Lamborghinis is absolutely outrageous. But we've got a bunch of academics and bureaucrats who don't have a clue what they're doing. You know, they tried QE1 and QE2 and QE, none of them work, so they keep trying the same old thing. As we have problems in the financial markets, you see already, they're riding in to try to do something else, but none of it has worked. Negative interest rates have not worked. They still try it. This is going to be a disaster in the end. You should be very worried, and you should be prepared.
So what do you think is going to happen then, Jim?
Well, the market's going to rally as the central banks say, we'll save you, don't worry, we'll save you. We'll have a rally, it'll peter out, and then the rest of this year and next year we're going to have horrible times in financial markets. Central banks will keep trying to do something. They won't call it QE5, QE6, because they look like fools. They'll call it cupcake. I don't know what they'll call it, but they'll do something, whether it's to buy stocks themselves, whatever they have to do, they think. But the mistake that they're making is they've got to let the markets sort themselves out. It's been 7 years. Over 7 years since we've had any kind of decent correction in the American stock market. That's not normal, Nina. Markets are supposed to correct. We're supposed to have economic slowdowns. That's the way the world has always worked. But these guys think they're smarter than the market. They're not.